So you're moving to San Antonio, Texas and have no idea which San Antonio suburb is going to be the perfect fit for your family. I'm going to walk you through my process in helping my clients that are moving to San Antonio and how we narrow down their options of San Antonio suburbs as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And I'll show you around some of the more popular suburbs for families that are moving to San Antonio, Texas. Make sure to stick around to the end of this video because I have a true hidden gem of San Antonio suburbs that you've probably never even heard before. Here's the scenario that I hear from most people when we first talk about their move to San Antonio. We started researching where to live in San Antonio. We found hundreds of videos about neighborhoods and suburbs. We saw all kinds of gorgeous homes and beautiful communities. Now we have a huge list of possible suburbs, and we're honestly even more overwhelmed with this decision than we were when we first started. If this is you, you're not alone. It's so easy to fall down the YouTube rabbit hole and be completely overwhelmed by all of the options of where to live when you move to San Antonio. When I have my initial conversation with the families that I help, I use very specific questions and processes to be able to help them fine-tune their search. And it usually turns out that there are really only 3 to 4 options for them of areas that actually make sense. Sometimes maybe even only 1 or 2 options. Here are the questions that I use to get to know your specific situation, your timeline, and your needs and wants. Number 1, do you have a preference for resale or new construction homes? Knowing this right off the bat will help weed out several options, especially if you have your heart set on new construction. For example, if you tell me that you only want or are heavily considering new construction, we can eliminate several of the San Antonio suburbs that are already built out and developed with no new construction whatsoever. You can see from this map that the concentration of new construction is really here on the far west side and also here in the New Braunfels area. Now, I really want to highlight this area because it has become a hotspot for families that are moving to the San Antonio area for a lot of reasons. Number 1, if you're moving to Texas and looking for brand new homes, the number of home options here and the pricing for those type of homes you can get are incredible. There are multiple different builders, both production and custom, a wide variety of floor plans, sales prices for just about every budget. They start in the mid 200,000s for smaller square footage starter type homes, all the way up to multi-million-dollar custom homes on acreage. Number 2, the location of New Braunfels on a map works out for a lot of people because it's really close to both San Antonio and Austin, but it's still far enough away from both of those major cities that you definitely don't feel like you're living in a large city. And number 3, and probably what most people really fall in love with when looking into the New Braunfels area, is the overall vibe and family lifestyle that make it so appealing. It's a small Texas hill country town. It has a rich German history, so there's tons to do, so much to explore. They have numerous community events throughout the year, from Horse Fest to the Commute County Fair and Parade. They have historic homes tours, car shows, and so many more attractions that bring people from all over the state. New Braunfels is also popular among families moving to the San Antonio area because of the highly rated school systems of Commute and New Braunfels ISD. The number 2 question I always ask is, how important are school ratings to you? Schools are really important whether you have school-age children or not, because this can affect your home's resale value down the road. But if you do have school-age children, what will you be using as a measurement for choosing a school district? There are several resources that you can use that I can lead you to help research these school districts and specific schools. Number 3, what type of geography do you prefer? Some people, when they move to Texas, they want to live where they can see the rolling Texas hill country landscape, the greenery and wildlife, and just get the full Texas experience. You'll see these type of areas primarily in the San Antonio suburbs that are just north outside of the city, like New Braunfels, Bulverde, and Boerne. The suburbs of San Antonio that are further south and east tend to have more of a flat landscape and more farmscape type views. You still have areas with beautiful landscape and scenery, it's just different physically. Let's take a look at La Vernia, Texas. It's here about 40 minutes east of downtown San Antonio. This suburb is tiny and definitely not well known, so it is often overlooked. But if you're a family that loves the idea of rural living and you want to be further outside of San Antonio, and even more specifically, you want acreage, La Vernia could be the perfect option for you. Check out these current listings in La Vernia. There are 262 homes on the market. Of those, 197 are on half-acre home sites and 194 that are on 1+ acre home sites. A lot of these are large square footage, ranch style custom homes, but check out the pricing. This home is listed at $825,000. It's 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, 3,600 square feet on 1.3 acre lot with a pool, and just look at that country view. You're definitely getting a lot more home and a lot more land for your money compared to what you get in other areas. The number 4 question I like to ask is, what type of commute is acceptable for you? If you work from home and this isn't a concern for you, then we have many more options to choose from. But if you're going to commute, you definitely don't want to have to travel from one side of the city to the other in peak traffic times, as that can mean adding an hour, sometimes even more each way. Multiply that by 5 days a week, and that's a lot of unnecessary time in the car, and it can definitely be frustrating. If you know which area you'll be working in, it's helpful to use Waze or Google Maps to track your time from home to work to see more or less what your commute will be, and you'll want to make sure to do this at the time that you'll actually be traveling to get a more realistic expectation of traffic. Number 5, do you have a preference for living in a master plan community? Are you looking for a neighborhood that has tons of amenities and community events, or maybe looking to be close to a golf course? Or maybe you're only looking for a non-HOA community and you could care less about neighborhood amenities. Either way, it's helpful to know how important lifestyle is to your family when moving to San Antonio. Number 6, what time frame will you have for moving? This is especially if you're considering a new construction home in San Antonio, because if you only have 2 to 3 months before you need to move in, or maybe even only 1 to 2 months, we will narrow down to specific builders in certain communities that will actually have inventory available to meet your timeline. If you're looking for more resale homes, when we start searching for homes on the market, we'll be able to narrow down the suburbs by seeing how the resale market is moving in those areas. If not many homes are being listed and you aren't interested in the ones that are, this will really tell us that we probably need to eliminate this option for you. We'll be able to focus more on areas that you see homes that are matching your interests and where there are more listing activities to make sure that we are able to spend more time on the more realistic options for you. Number 7, are you looking for rural areas, suburban, historic charm? You'll find the more historic, affluent suburbs like Alamo Heights, Terrell Hills, and Olmos Park here tucked inside of San Antonio. They're very well known for picturesque tree-lined streets with really unique mid-century homes. This area is also zoned for Alamo Heights ISD, which is the highest rated public school district in San Antonio. The downside to this area is that being one of the most prestigious suburbs of San Antonio, the median price is around $765,000, and many of the homes that you'll find are well over the $1 million price point. So not very realistic for most families that are moving to San Antonio. If you're looking for suburban areas with master plan communities that have schools located inside of the community, with tons of neighborhood amenities, those are super common in the San Antonio area, and they're typically easy to find. We'll be able to fine-tune your search here by mostly price and which side of the city you prefer to be close to. But if you're looking for a more rural suburb, I want to show you another great option, because this one is definitely a hidden gem of San Antonio suburbs, and it's one that most people don't know about. It's just west of San Antonio, about 15 to 20 minutes from Loop 1604. Here's what makes it so special though. These are the homes currently on the market in Castroville, Texas. They are mostly either brand new or at least newer builds. They're custom, luxury finish out, true Texas ranch style homes on a huge home site. Just these options here are over 1/3 of an acre, and many of them are located in gated luxury communities. But just check out the prices on these homes. You cannot find this type of property inside of San Antonio where you'll get this luxury custom home with high-end finish out. Now I have this search filtered by home sites that are larger than 1/4 of an acre and 10 years or newer. Most of them are under $1 million, but even some that are in the $400,000 and $500,000 range. Another huge benefit to this area that you don't see from the map is that even though Castroville is tiny and there's not much inside the town itself, you are within minutes of the outskirts of San Antonio, and these areas are booming with development and have everything that you need. So you really have the best of both worlds in this area, with the rural country environment and still everything that you need in San Antonio within a few minutes drive. Now we've talked about tons of information and ways to narrow down your options and help you decide which San Antonio suburb is best for your family. Of course, there are many more suburbs than what I mentioned in this video. If you're moving to San Antonio, I have a San Antonio relocation guide that you can find in the description of this video to help guide you through this process even more. But the best way to alleviate some stress for you and make your family's move much smoother is just for you to reach out to me so that we can get through this process together. Check out this video next for even more information on moving your family to San Antonio, and all of my contact info plus more resources in the description. We'll see you in the next video.